I think if you ask me, one of the reasons why I have to come for the Action Forum is really to find meaning.
One of the things we've always talked about at the Aspen Institute is thought leading to action. And we had a network of young leaders from around the world who knew how to do projects, knew how to get things done. And so instead of just talking about great ideas, I wanted to see if we could have an action forum in which we turn those things into reality.
It's been an exposure to people from all walks of life, a stretch of ideas and perspectives.
One of the things that's inspired me the most about being at the Aspen Action Forum is the impact that this small group of people is having around the entire world.
It is really focused on taking action and tracking outcomes to really focus on a social change.
My action pledge is to lead a coalition of innovators to develop 10 million more career-ready Americans by 2025.
I want to empower high-risk youth and their communities to reduce crime and violence in El Salvador.
Work in the indigenous area called the Araku Coffee Project to plant 1 million fruit trees.
Helping individuals and families throughout the United States and ultimately the world achieve sustainable, lasting financial health.
Delivering foundation courses to close the skills and competency gap for Nigerian graduates.
To curb child marriage in the communities where I live.
All of us have all these great ideas of the things we want to do, and most of them are really daunting. And so once in a while you need a place where you can share your challenges, your vulnerabilities, and talk to other fellows who are doing the same things.
I like the fact that everyone will continue to ask me about my pledge and hopefully help me accomplish it.
Certainly when working with gangs, you hear a lot of why it won't work. It's a population that not many people want to deal with.
This used to be no man's land. No tourists would come here. Now it's a hotspot.
I'm very focused in Jerusalem with my project, trying to disrupt the startup economy or create a startup economy.
Raising an impact investment fund for a global nonprofit called Endeavor that supports entrepreneurs who are creating jobs at scale in emerging markets in places where people think that's not possible.
Trying to redefine success in business so that all companies compete not to just be best in the world, but best for the world.
We're creating the information infrastructure necessary for an agricultural sector to grow in Africa. So how do you convert a space that's traditionally underperformed versus the rest of the world into a highly productive space?
Leaders who can be disruptive, they bring about the kind of changes that we really need in the world.
There is a great opportunity for enlightened and effective leadership to take a stance and make a difference in a fundamentally different way.
And that kind of courage to realize change in the world, I find it inspiring and humbling.
There is not a place that I've found that has this interaction of successful people, bright people, optimistic people, people who want to disrupt, but are also committed to acting. And not just sharing what they've already done, but talking about the future.
It really takes being here to appreciate the diversity of thought and experience that the conversations hold when you have fellows from across the globe participating.
Sometimes the best ideas come just from talking to a fellow from another part of the world or with another point of view that's very different from yours.
When you hear about the projects and you hear about what people are doing, you realize that they're doing a lot and that you could do a little bit more. This was a wake-up call about the importance of thinking outside the box and shaking the tree once in a while.
I think I need to realize when I get back home, there's a network of smart people that have fought the same battles that I'm fighting that are just a phone call or an email away.
I have to think about these 300 people watching. They're also very supportive, but they're also watching to make sure that I'm chasing it. So it's exciting. It's scary, but it's exciting.